Hello everyone, welcome to my class to continue with the third chapter of class 10th NCERT history book, that is Nationalism in India. In my previous video I have started with the discussion over important years and the development and events that took place on those years, which are very important for understanding the political development that took place during the 19th 20th century, which led to the spread of nationalism across India, and how the people were connected to the cause of independence of India. Right, now to continue with the same, in the last thing that I have discussed in the previous video was the division of Congress into moderates and extremists. We have discussed about the Bengal partition also. Right, so to continue further, 1906 was the year when another important political development took place in India. It was the formation of the Muslim League. Now this is very important, reason being, remember, we have got independence but with partition. So when to understand the partition phase, although we are not going to cover the partition thing in the chapter, but it is important to know that how the communal history started in India, or what were the factors which led to the communalism, roots of communalism in India. So formation of Muslim League, as the name suggests, a party only for the Muslims, were formed in the year 1906. Some of the important leaders who took part in this, who were responsible for forming Muslim League, was Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka and Aga Khan. These were the leading personalities of Muslim League. This party was strictly formed on the basis of religion. Right, they wanted to promote the cause of Muslims. Now, in the year 1909, another important development took place. The British government introduced certain administrative reforms, right? And these reforms were called Morley-Minto reforms. Minto was at that time was the Governor General or Viceroy of India, and Morley was Secretary General to India, right? British India. So Morley-Minto reforms, why it is important to know about these reforms? The Britishers wanted to reform the British administration in India, and they have introduced one important feature, that is introduction of the separate electorate for Muslims. This is very important. This term is used in the book, but explanation is not given. So please understand, separate electorate for Muslims means, in simple layman language, Muslims will going to elect the Muslim candidate. Hindus will going to elect the Hindu candidate. They followed their divide and rule policy. They gave special privilege to the Muslim community so that the Muslims became loyal to the British government. Right, and the leaders who wanted, the Muslim leaders who wanted to work for the upliftment of the Muslims in India, in Indian society, they saw this as a great favor of the British government, that they are protecting the Muslim interest, they are promoting the Muslim interest, right? So separate electorates for Muslims were introduced, means on the basis, this clearly shows the ideology that social community is the base of the society, and different communities cannot, different religious communities cannot have a common interest. So Muslims, to promote Muslim interest, Muslim will going to vote to the Muslim candidates, and rest of the Hindus, they'll do the election of their candidates similarly. Right, so this is how a great favor was given to the Muslim community, and Muslims became loyal to the British government. Now in the year 1911, partition of Bengal, that was happened in the year 1905, was cancelled. This order was cancelled, and Delhi became the capital of British India. Now from here, the center of British power shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. and it became the administrative seat of the British India, right, center of British India. Now 1914 to till 1918, this was a time period, these 4 years, 1914 to 1918, when the First World War was taking place in Europe, right? And this is a very crucial period in India because Britain was directly involved in the war in Europe, and um, the Britishers expected Indians to support British Army. So there were instances where forced recruitment of the Indians in the British Army was done. Indians were forced to join the British Army, and they can fight in the Europe from the side of Britain, right? So these were the things that happened, and this was a very crucial time period for the growth of Indian industries, because British industries, which were dominating the world market at that time, right, they start losing their importance. Reason being, due to the war, the British industries came to an halt, and the demands of the British Army was fulfilled by the Indian industries. So this was a time period when many new industries started in India, and the old industries which were already present at that time in India, they started producing on a large scale, and they started capturing the market, world market, right? So this is very important. This factor you'll be you'll be studying in detail when you'll do the Age of Industrialization chapter, right? Now in the year 1915, this was the time period during the war years. Gandhiji returned back to India from South Africa. Gandhiji was a barrister there, right? A very leading personality. All of you are aware of this fact that Gandhiji fought for the rights of the blacks and the Indians who were living in South Africa, and he was practicing his law there, and he returned back to India during this time. He was not there in political arena till so far in this year. Later on he joined the Indian politics, right? 1916 was the year when two important developments took place. One was Lucknow Pact was signed. This is very, very, very important from exam point of view. Question comes on Lucknow Pact. Lucknow session was held of Indian National Congress, in which first time Indian National Congress and Muslim League, they joined their hands together, right? They decided that they will keep their demands jointly in front of the government. They'll raise their voice against the government combinedly. This was also important. This session was also important because though there was differences among the moderates and the extremists, and which was clearly seen in the Surat split, that was resolved, and moderates and extremists also joined hands together. They also decided that though their ideologies were different, their nature of working was different, but still they are fighting for the same cause. So they'll work together against the government. So this is important from this friendship point of view. Friendship of Indian National Congress and Muslim League, moderates and extremists. 1916, a very crucial year. Another important development that took place was home rule leagues were formed in India. Now, home rule movement was a movement of Ireland. It was under the leadership of Madame Blavatsky. That home rule movement started there in Ireland, and taking inspiration from that movement, Annie Besant in India started this home rule leagues, right? Now, home rule, as the name suggests, self-rule. In our nation, we will rule. The citizens will going to rule. So, home rule leagues was two leagues were formed. Two branches of this movement was formed in the month of April in the same year, 1916, at Pune by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and in the month of September in Madras by Annie Besant. Right? So, two leagues were targeting to promote the cause of home rule among the Indians. And the role of Annie Besant here is that she was the one who started a Theosophical Society in Madras. And this society, and through home rule, they promoted the cause of nationalism in India. One of the important achievement of the Theosophical Society was that many Indian scriptures, ancient scriptures, were translated into the European languages. So actually, a great contribution was made by Theosophical Society to limelight the Indian heritage, Indian cultural heritage, Indian knowledge to the world. Right, when it was translated into different European languages, so people across the world, they came to know about the richness of Indian culture. Right, so this is all about the Home Rule League. So we have discussed some very important dates and the events, and now from 1916 onward we'll be continuing in the next video. Right, so go through these points carefully, make your notes. Please like, share and review, and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.